Hey there everybody, it's Matt from Anytime Towing in Vermont. Tonight I'm doing a quick video on my break. I am somewhere in Indiana at a TA, probably going to eat a salad here in a second. I'm in the trailer of a customer's, moving his race car, something he just bought. The trailer's brand new. Anyways, this was the easiest place I could make a video and not be crammed up in my truck or out in a noisy parking lot. This video is sort of to kind of touch on some of my own misconceptions of auto transport. I originally started looking at the auto transport kind of all wrong. Auto transport to me was another version of towing. I figured that there wasn't much difference in it. Well, there's quite a bit of difference. It's a whole different breed or a whole different game all by itself. One thing I learned is that the rates suck. As far as I'm concerned, you look on load boards or anything like that, some of the stuff people are competing for is peanuts. I mean, I move cars locally within, my 100-mile radius for some of what these people are moving cars for. States and states away, thousands of miles sometimes. I kind of got into it. I researched a little bit before I bought anything. I got on YouTube. I followed some hotshot guys. I, followed Jay at Auto Transport. Pretty much watched a ton of videos as I was kind of moving my first few cars for actually this same customer. I tend to move hot rods, projects, stuff that people buy, they want right now, or they've been sick of dealing with brokers. I don't deal with brokers. If I know they're a broker, I pretty much hang up the phone, cut the ties. I moved some things probably for brokers as a tow company and didn't realize I was doing it. They do some pretty shady things, which led to them calling and really making sure that I took pictures and that I was getting blamed for scratches that were not from us. I mean, we picked it up from another location, we took pictures, we covered our ass, and the scratches we had were actually marked, circled, and everything like that before, from when we picked it up. Pictures were at the location to pick up. So really, the broker tried to pull some shady crap, or the owner did, I don't know, but either way, there's too many hands that touched that car because the broker made promises, the car was being moved, the shipper couldn't get there quick enough, or the transporter couldn't get there quick enough, so they had us move it just for the purpose of shutting the customer up. I kind of learned some of the tricks now that I've been doing both sides of this. So if I personally see a broker, I run the other way. I understand it's a necessary evil in this business, especially for guys that have all sorts of 9-10 car haulers or whatever's going on there. You guys can make a good relationship with a broker and make out pretty good. But as far as I'm concerned, I am anti-broker at this point, unless something changes my mind. But I just feel like there's a lot of brokers out there taking loads off low boards, reposting them for much lower rates, taking some of the money that some of the haulers should be getting. Dispatchers, they work on a percentage. I don't feel like it's the same. There are dispatchers and brokers. There's a difference. Some brokers have dispatchers. Generally, I tend to stay away from anything broker or dispatcher related. Although, I will say this, I have gone, because I am in the transport now, I am a little more sensitive to what the haulers are doing. So if I get a call from a broker or a dispatcher asking to help load a hauler in my area with my wrecker or my flatbed, I tend to be a little more flexible on trying to help them out. It has nothing to do with the broker or anything. It has to do with the hauler and the guy sitting there knowing his clock is ticking. And I guess I have a new appreciation for that. This rig right here is a dragster. It's pretty badass. I'll just try to lean the camera over there. This is just one of many moves I've done for these guys. Awesome customers. They have given me a lot of leads and a lot of good reviews, and have recommended me a lot, so it's kind of helped in a lot of other angles, and it's gotten me in some other jobs. I've also landed jobs by way of some of my backhauls. I tend to look for the harder to do rigs that customers are having a hard time finding someone to move the cars. So that has kind of helped me find a niche on my backhauls, which has also led to a customer or two now, where I'm kind of going to be going around picking these things up at auctions all over the place. I'm not a fan of auctions. So far I've had good experiences. I hear horror stories. I have yet to have one, but every time I hear I'm going to a new auction place, I get a little worried. So far, so good. I have been moving basically 2 cars at a time, or something large. A couple motorcycles, a couple cars. I'm really trying to not get into the semi stuff. I like the idea of the hot shot, or using a flatbed, or a 2-car hauler gooseneck. I can get in and out of places. I can kind of sneak under the radar with parking in some places. I feel like truckers have it harder, and there's a lot more flexibility with that. And I can, if I have to reset, I can disconnect to my Dodge Ram and take it out to dinner, take it down the road, stay at a hotel. I got a few days to do whatever I want. I don't feel like I'm locked down in a semi truck, or taking that out to, get a steak somewhere. So that's why I do what I do. Could I get a semi? I could easily get a semi. I could buy the stuff. I could finance the stuff, but really I'm not going there. I dealt with Jay and Ty at Auto Transport Intel and their consulting thing. I paid a couple rounds for them, and it was so worth it. I don't think I saw eye to eye with some of the stuff that Ty was saying, mainly because he was thinking money, and not that I don't want to make money, but I was thinking more or less I wanted to get on the road. I've been tied down for almost 18 years doing the towing thing, emergencies, always on call, so I'm kind of tired of that. So during the winter, I bust my ass plowing and towing, and during the summers or springs and warmer weather, I'm trying to build this auto transport thing up. With some of Ty's advice, because I was looking at different kinds of rigs. I'm not a wedge fan. I'm not a wedge fan not because it's called a wedgie, or because people frown on them or whatever, because they're made fun of in the transport and on the Facebook pages. I could care less. I would tow a 3-car or 4-car. I'm more or less wanting a flat. I don't want a wedge. Those are the ones that roll over the most. I tow and I deal with accidents, and I've seen some stuff. I know it's all about loading, and I guess I'm not a fan of the wedges, and I feel like having a flat deck, it leaves me more open for the higher vehicles and the tougher stuff that I can get loaded on there. Not being a wedge, it just doesn't work the same for me. I like the idea of those Sun Country trailers, the 4 and 5 cars. I'm not opposed to something like that. I can't spend that kind of money right now and justify it. I think what I have right now is fine. I took Ty's advice, and I didn't buy anything. I was looking at buying, belly loader, Wally Mo belly loader, or a couple different ideas that I was running with, to run with either a Dodge 5500 or something slightly bigger. But anyways, I took Ty's advice. I decided to kind of run with what I had, to kind of not spend and have the overhead, and it was easy for me to venture in the auto transport. And I think me having a little knowledge of the wrecks, and what's wrong and what's going on, what questions to ask as far as the auction stuff. I mean, that stuff can be a nightmare. You get there, it's roll or it doesn't roll, it's smashed. I get it. The communication sucks, especially from the insurance companies to the auctions. I'm not an insurance company fan. I think there's a lot of shady stuff going on there. But we deal with it all. It's part of the business. So what I'm doing now is I'm kind of taking a break. I just wanted to check this car out, make sure it didn't shift all over the place. It's a brand new trailer. Seems like a lot of sawdust and stuff is kind of falling in here. I'm sure it'll take a few runs and a few shakes to get all the dust out and whatnot and have this thing pretty much nice. This is a badass trailer. I don't know what it costs. I don't know what the car costs. I know that it's just barely on my insurance though, as far as that goes, so it's up there. So anyways, as far as that goes, that's kind of my step into auto transport, my fear of brokers. I haven't done a video in a while. I've been really kind of neglecting what's going on in Vermont with the towing and the other truck and the other business. He is using that truck. It's not quite flying as a separate business yet. It's making a few bucks, but I don't feel like it's where I should be at least posting a grand update on everything. We really need to solidify some storage because we ran into a roadblock there, which is common. I think a lot of people are gonna have problems with storage and roadblocks and stuff like that. The truck is, like I said, the truck's running, it's inspected, it's insured. I could have a couple uses for it. I'm trying not to use it until we figure out what's going on with that business. That was kind of the truck dedicated to that, so I don't want to start using it for my business and then justify it. I have enough trucks going on. I don't need to get that involved, I don't think. I will be using one of my flatbeds to do a couple runs here, I think, to LA, from the East Coast to LA for this, guy I kind of landed doing the big stuff. And I'm just going to be on the road a lot, so I just felt like I should do a video kind of updating everybody where I was at. The end of winter in Vermont, so I've been moving things now. I think I've spent, maybe 4 nights of April at my house or in Vermont. I'm going to be going there, pretty much spending a night or two there, going down, I think, to Pennsylvania, grabbing a box truck, heading to LA with that, and then working on a couple loads coming back. But before I go, I'll kind of walk you around this trailer outside. It's a pretty cool deal. It was a pretty good run. I got paid for both ways, mainly because, I gave them a deal just because these guys are freaking awesome. But I got paid for both ways and basically paid for my hotel a few nights while they, did the finishing touches on getting this car in here. I didn't have to load it, I didn't have to strap it. Kind of washed my hands of the responsibility there. This is not a car I was familiar with, so the race car guys that built it strapped it in here. They placed a few things that kind of had me a little nervous, so I'm going to move a couple things around. But anyways, let me do a quick walk around the truck and everything else. Dodge truck, I've been using that with a gooseneck. It's a 2500. It's rated at 10,000 pounds. My trailer is a 15,000 pound rated trailer. It's got 3 6,000 pound axles under it. This trailer obviously is not mine, but it's got, I think 2 7,000 pound axles under it or something like that. It's pretty heavy duty for a pretty light car, but the trailer itself is big. But anyways, my truck, as far as it being a 2500, I think I've caught some flack from some people and not being a 1-ton or whatever, but I had a Ford F-350 with the leaf springs, and I towed my camper, I towed a number of things, excavators, and this Dodge with this Cummins, and I have coil rear with a independent sort of rear suspension. It's not independent, but anyways, it's not leaf spring. And this truck handles it, I think, better than my Ford ever did. My lights aren't pointed at the sky, the load handles good. I don't have airbags on it yet, I haven't had the need. That was on my list, but at this point I haven't needed it yet. If things go well, I'll be in a dually probably next year with something a little bigger on a trailer. If things are going really well, if not, I'll run with what I got. I'm making decent money. I'm not going to throw numbers out there, but I'm hearing, a lot of these hotshot guys and car hauler guys and what they're posting about what they make a week and what they're grossing a week. And we all know that the expenses can be up there, but I feel like from what I'm reading and seeing, me running across the country, I'm not doing so bad. It's just me right now. I'm trying to build that relationship with people. I think there's a comfort in knowing that I'm the guy on the phone, I'm the guy picking it up, and I'm the guy delivering it. I'm the only hands in it. I don't deal with brokers, so there's none of that bullshit. I have yet to have a broker change my mind. I understand that it's a necessary evil and all that fun stuff, but as far as I'm concerned, it's not part of my business plan, and it won't be. I'm looking at some property in Arizona to kind of build this part of the business, sort of the shipping car hauling business, to kind of venture my way out west. It's just the game plan I have. So that's the biggest reason why I've started this auto transport thing. I feel like I've been rambling now for a while. I owe a video or two about what's going on in the updates and all that fun stuff. I can't think of anything else to tell you guys right now. I think I'll bring up DOT. There's a lot of DOT and CDL and all sorts of questions. And so far, I mean, I deal with a lot of the DMV guys at home. I've tried to dot my I's and cross my T's and figure out, you know, what information is correct when I got my CDL and all that fun stuff. But right now, this truck with the trailer I'm running, I'm not sure what this trailer is rated at, to tell you the truth. It's probably rated over CDL, could be, but I doubt it. This guy's going to be running it behind a half-ton truck, and I would think that they have it registered under 16 or 15,000 pounds or whatever it is to derate it, if that's what it needs, if it even needs that. My trailer, I think, might be derated 1,000 pounds. I didn't derate it, but it, you know, it's with my truck 10,000 and my trailer at 15. I'm at 25,000. I'm registered at 25,099 or some shit like that. Either way, it's under CDL. And so far, I've had no issues. Mainly, the only thing I think I've done wrong is I went into California before I had my Class A. And there's some weird laws there, and there's starting to be some laws here and there that just made me want to get my Class A and not even bother with the stuff. The truck I run now is under CDL. I have records that I will run over CDL. I haven't really decided what to do with a flatbed. I may re-register one, a portion plate, or do something there to work on some of the bigger, or to be able to take two heavier items. But anyways, that's where I'm at. I'm going to do a quick walk around this truck and trailer so you can kind of see what I'm hauling and pulling with. It's nothing great. Truck's kind of dirty, but I'll do that just so you guys see what's going on here. It's probably going to get pretty noisy. I don't really know how my volume's going to work. Again, I'm still working on a crappy iPad and poor quality video, I'm sure. But yes, I'm basically going to get my sister on ordering some microphones and a better camera and kind of teach me how to download all this crap. So let me walk outside this trailer and give you a quick walk around. It's the truck. Nothing fancy. My extra mud flaps. Got nice lights. Pretty sure that these guys custom make these trailers for the people that are running these cars. They definitely seem to be a pretty well organized outfit, and probably I don't know what's flying around in the tree there, but anyways, that's my truck and trailer. There's a goose ball in there. I don't tow, you know, much more than probably 16 to 17,000 pounds with the trailer max. I think it's registered at 17.5 or even more. The goose ball itself is rated at 30,000, but the truck itself isn't, so I'm not going to push my limit there. Anyways, truck and trailer, Indiana. Gonna go in and probably eat some salad. Nothing fancy. This is, but my truck isn't. Cummins 2500. Alright guys, thanks for watching.